Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Barely, and I'm sorry for not uploading these days, but I've been a bit busy in real life. But I plan on keep uploading more videos on the following week. So yeah, this is just a this is a stomp basically, but I think there was some things in the laning phase that is the most important thing to know about top lane and with Volibear that could be useful for you to know. So yeah, let's get right into it. First, the matchup is against Mordekaiser. It is a matchup that you have to be careful, but because he can actually kill you in at level 6. But you should win at level 2, 3, 4, and 5. At level 6, you can negate his ultimate with your ultimate. You just have to time it right. You're gonna see it on the game. But you should be fairly let's say like airy on this matchup. It's not like the Darius matchup that if you fuck up once, you are done for the rest of the game. So try at level 1, don't fight him. Try not to get isolated Q damage from him, and that's fine. And I'm gonna make a pause here just to discuss my runes and my setup that I'm running now, which has worked wonderfully. This in my ranking up this account. This is a secondary account that I have. I'm not playing on my main because my main got a bit fucked. So I'm playing on this one. And what I'm using is first press the attack, Triumph, and Haste because they removed Tenacity, and Last Stand. I'm using Demolish because I like for the gold from the platings, and Overgrowth. And I have 10% attack speed and stacking HP on the runes. Now, I'm playing a new build that I posted it on the Reddit, and it's basically Shojin first item and Riftmaker second item. Now, those are not you don't have to build Riftmaker second. You can actually build resistances if you think that the enemy team has a lot of burst damage, for example. But I think that Shojin is very good in most cases as first item. It gives you the most ability haste for your basic abilities in the entire game. Gives you 35. With Legend Haste, that is 50 more. That is 50 ability haste. And the good thing is that it gives you a 12% increased damage in your abilities. If you add the press the attack, that is 8%, that is 20. And then the second item is Riftmaker, that gives you a 10% increased damage as well. That is 30%, but because they stack multiplicatively, it's like 33%. And then if you take into account Last Stand as well, that is another 10% if you are, 11% if you are at the 30% HP. That is how much, like 45%, something like that. So you have almost 50% damage increase when you are low HP with those two items, and you have like something like 80 ability haste with just two items. A lot of damage, a lot of HP, a lot of ability power, a lot of attack damage, and you can build. You can use the rest of your slots to build resistances. It's an incredibly powerful build in 2v1s and 1v1s, of course, and it's by far the best duelist Volibear that you can see out of AP Volibear, AD Bruiser, tank, whatever. It is the best. There is no contest. So that's why I'm running it. It's very powerful. The only problem is that it's a bit expensive, so if you fall behind, I would recommend you going tank. But that's it. So, for the Mordekaiser matchup. Here, for example, I'm gonna I wanted to see if he had bone plating. It's very important. I see that he has bone plating, and the first thing that I do here is, because if he Qs me, he's not gonna get isolated damage. I go for a Q to proc my press the attack. Look at the damage, and I go back. That's it. That's my trade. I don't need anything else. Look at that. That's 30% HP gone from this guy. I commit a mistake here. I get hit by isolated Q, but that's fine. Now I'm looking for my level 2. I get it here, and I just go in to get a bit of damage with my E. It's fine. That's it. He's at 50% HP. What I'm trying to do now is get him to what I call basically kill range with E, Q, basic attack, W, and ignite. That is around 50% HP for most champions. Some champions you need to be at 40% HP. And now I know that I'm gonna get level 3 with this minion, this melee minion. So I'm trying to look for a trade here. So he gets a bit overconfident because he's near his turret. And I know that I'm gonna get level 3 with this minion. So let's see what happens. I go in. I get level 3 and I kill him with ignite. I just ignited just in case he was gonna flash because I need the kill there. Why? Because he has TP. I don't. So what I have to do now is just back to get my reset, buy some items. Remember, if you're playing with ignite and not with TP, you have to be very mindful of your resets. Now the wave is pushing to me because it's near his turret. This is the middle of the lane, and if the wave is here, it's gonna push to me if the minions are if they're the same amount of minions. So what I'm basically looking for now is to set a freeze around here. So I'm playing safe near my turret, and Mordekaiser has to overextend if he wants to farm. And right now I am way stronger than him. So if he comes anywhere close to here, I can just Q, do my combo, and follow him all the way to his turret and basically killing him. Or forcing him to take a bad recall. Now what I want to do is a trade. And I go for it. That's it. That's a clean trade. I don't need anything else. There you go. He lets me get another W. There you go. That's a clean trade. He's at half HP. I am at, I don't know, 70% HP. His laning is basically done. He cannot lane anymore. Why? Because when he was attacking me, he actually pushed the wave quite fast. So I can now set a reset, and he doesn't have TP anymore. And he cannot be anywhere near the minion wave because I just Q, and since he's at half HP, I'm gonna kill him. So Mordekaiser here has to take a recall. That's it. So he's forced to lose minions because the minion wave is way bigger for him. So it's gonna push quite fast. So he has to take a recall and lose minions or die. Touch the E. Bit a small sidestep there. And yeah, the minion wave is still pushing to me. He is dead. He doesn't have TP. I'm quite healthy. So even if Graves comes and try to push the wave, I can contest him because I'm Volibear. I'm way stronger than Graves early on. So yeah, Mordekaiser's lane is basically done at this point. He cannot do anything. The problem is that I'm gonna get 6 first, so I can look for a trade at level 6. And he can't contest me. I'm gonna set a freeze around here because I want him to overextend. I get a small trade and I go back. That's it. I don't need anything else. See, I don't overextend with the trades, even though I could maybe get a little bit of a more damage in if I follow it. I'm gonna take damage, and I don't want to take damage. Why? Because, well, I'm right now at 40% HP. Look, I'm at 30% HP, and if I take more damage here, I don't know where Graves is. So maybe Graves could gank me from here and collapse on me with Mordekaiser on the turret, and I die. I'm gonna get 6 here, and I know that I can kill him because I'm 6, he's 5. So I'm actually gonna try to kill him there, which is a mistake because I don't know where Graves is. I knew that Graves was topside, but I assumed he was gonna take a recall because there's no point in doing this. Like, this is a bit, I don't know. This is a coin flip. But yeah. So I go in, ult first, and then I see Graves. I know I'm dead here. And they take my heal, and I had a bounty, I think, of 100 gold. 150 maybe. So yeah, I died there. That was a mistake. It's fine. I come back to lane as soon as I can. And what I have to do now is play passively. Why? Because even though I'm ahead in items, I am still a Volibear without ultimate. And Mordekaiser is gonna get his ultimate now. And he's stronger than me with ultimate, and if I don't have ultimate and he has ultimate, even though I have more items, he's stronger than me. So I have to play passively now. So I'm trying to set up a slow push, just so I can crash this wave, and I can take a recall. Yeah, he has to deal with all of these minions. There's no point in me staying in lane. I just recall, maybe to buy boots, probably. Yeah, here you go. Well, I'm building Shojin because, as I said, for me it's a very nice build. It's pretty powerful in 1v1s. And look at this. Since I crashed the wave, now the wave is pushing to me again. So I'm always forcing Mordekaiser to play in an uncomfortable spot for him. I'm never here, playing here. I always force Mordekaiser to play here, which is what I want. Now I have ultimate, I think. Let me check. No, not yet. No, 40 seconds. So I'm still, I'm still, I still have to play passively here because he actually kills me if I go in. So I'm just chilling, waiting for my ultimate. I know he doesn't have flash because he used it at the same time. And I know that once I have ultimate, I can kill him. So I'm trying to get a small trade here just to make things easier for me. But I think I just all-in him. Yeah, I see an opening. And now, look what happened here. It's actually quite interesting. Let me just... Yeah, he ulted me. I'm still ahead in items, so I get the kill and I have ignite. But this was actually quite risky. Look at what happened. So, Mordekaiser, when he ults you, he like points at you with his mace, and that's the cue that I have to ult him. Just when he stands up, when he points at you with his mace, I ult, and basically the timing is perfect. You never miss, whatever. It's pretty easy. The problem is that I stun Mordekaiser in the animation of him pointing at me with his mace. So actually, I get baited by myself because the animation, like, I stopped the ultimate from the Kaiser with my stun, but then I ulted, and he, well, ulted me after. You can see it here. Can I just, yeah, speed up this? Yeah, look at this. I Q in. I know I can kill him. There's no problem here. Yeah, look, he's this is the animation that I thought, okay, he's ulting me. I have to ult, but then, yeah. He ults me, gets my stats. Yeah, this was a risky play. If I wasn't so ahead in items, this could actually result in me losing my advantage. Later in the game, I actually dive him, I think, and I kill him using the cancel of his ultimate. So just for you to see it, I just crash the wave here. I go back. I buy items. Maybe Shojin? No, not yet. What a shame. And again, I crash the wave, and the wave is pushing to me. So I force him to play over... Sorry. I force him to overextend again. And play in my terms. That's what you want to do when you're in top lane. You want to play in your terms, not to play in your enemy's terms. there are some matchups that you basically cannot do this. For example, in Bolivar's case, Vayne is a very simple example. Vayne determines when she wants to fight, or how the lane goes, how fast it pushes, all of that, because she basically has prio all the time. Because she's a range champion, she has too much damage. Darius is another example. It's a melee champion that you have to actually respect him. You can kill him, of course, but you have to respect him, especially when he has summoners and you don't. Um, so yeah, but in terms of Mordekaiser, you actually set the pace of the wave and the lane. I'm maybe trying to set a freeze here, or I just kill him. I think I just kill him. I'm way stronger than him. He doesn't have ultimate. I know I can win. This is a mistake, by the way. Here, I should actually be fighting in front of my minion wave, just in case he Qs me. He also hits my minion, so I don't get isolated damage from his Q, which does what, like 40% extra damage, something like that. And I don't do it basically because I think that I'm so ahead of him that I don't need it, and I'm just playing like autopilot here. But this is actually a mistake. Look, I should have been here. If I'm playing here, if he Qs, look, this Q would hit also the minion, so I'm not getting isolated damage. Yeah, but I kill him. I mean, it's not... He's building Bramblebest, which is fine, but he bought Darkseid, which is a mistake. I don't go for the turret because I don't know where Graves is. So I'm playing... I have a bounty. Maybe. No, I don't have a bounty right now. But I don't want to give gold to the Graves because he's the only one that has a chance in carrying this game. Maybe the way, but... yeah. He has TP. He has to push this as fast as possible, just so I don't get a freeze again. He manages to do it. I have Shojin? No, not yet. So now I'm playing here. The wave is pushing to him. I could maybe look for slow pushing here, but I'm more interested in warding and being on the map, just in case someone needs me. So I just push, go back. I think I have Shojin now. Yep. Shojin plus Lucidity. I am extremely powerful right now. I am the strongest champion in the entire game. Like, there is no contest here. I am by far the strongest in the game. So what I have to do now is try to get an advantage on the other sides of the map. The problem is that since my team is all winning, they're all winning their lanes and stuff, I just try to make a hole in the top lane. This guy overextends again, and I kill him. I mean, look at the damage from Shojin. Look at that W damage. Look at that Q damage. That only happens with Shojin. The amount of damage that you get with this item, look at the description. Spells hit, grant a stab for 6 seconds, up to 4. Your spells deal 3% increased damage for each stack, for a total of 12% increased damage. So your W, which right now deals 428, would actually deal 460 or 70, something like that. That's without counting press the attack, of course, and last stand. So it would be closer to 500. And right now, I know that I can kill this turret with my ultimate. So what I'm trying to do is bait him so he ults me, so I can cancel his ultimate with my ultimate, and in the process destroy the turret. You see? There you go. He doesn't get the stats, and right now this is a very important thing, because most people here would flash and just kill him. The problem is that Mordekaiser is 1-5. He's not a problem in the game. For me, he's not going to be a champion for the next 20 minutes. So I have to reserve my flash for stuff like Graves and Wei. So I don't use my flash here, even though I have my Q. Yes, that's I don't flash just because I have my Q. But even if I wouldn't be able to kill him here, I wouldn't flash because it's not worth it. Mordekaiser is worth what, 150 gold right now. So my flash is not worth it. I'm a champion that without flash is threatening, but is nowhere near as dangerous as I am if I have flash. So I have to keep my flash up for stuff like Graves and Wei that can actually turn the tide of a team fight. And just kill here and kill him. Pretty easy. So I think I just go back. Yeah, I go back. And my Jarvan, he tries to invade the Graves. Right now I'm super strong. I'm not scared of a 2v1. And my next item is Wraithmaker, because it also gives you 10% increase damage and it gives you AP. The problem with AD Volibear is that you don't have wave clear. So if you're trying to side lane with Volibear with a bruiser build, AD bruiser build, you're pretty bad because you cannot take waves fast enough. You cannot clear the jungle camps fast enough. So it's pretty, it's not good. So what I wanted to make with this build is also a champion that can side reliably. And it also gives you that juicy 10% increased damage. You're basically never weak with this build. That is something that with the new build, the Roa and Nabori, you're actually weak early game, which is not something I like for Volibear. This guy is dead. If he just walks... Well, he was dead actually here, but I'm not... It's not worth it for me to go after him. So I just walk, I just try to clear the wave as fast as possible. Maybe take jungle camps. The rift is also up, but my whole team is playing bot side. I've been weak-sided the whole game. We still won by a lot. So no problem in that, but my team is not playing top side. So I'm just trying to get vision here, trying to make a play. Scaling gets destroyed. This game is a stomp. Like there is not much of a let's say macro gameplay here. I just wanted to show you how to win a lane against Mordekaiser, which is a very easy matchup, to be honest. It's not very hard to win. It's not very hard to yeah, to win the lane, and not only win, just to stomp Mordekaiser. He can't do much against you. Let's just speed up this because there's nothing interesting here. I see Wei, and I want to... they told me that... The people in my team told me that Wei had flash. So what I want to do here is waste Wei flash. So he's easier to kill in the next fight. That's exactly what I do. I ult. I didn't even E here because I knew he was gonna flash. So you use my E here to get a bit of shield. And I go back. Look, my E is up again. Thanks to Shojin and all the ability haste I have.
Shut down.
My Jarvan dies to Mordekaiser. That's great. Let's just speed up this. And Graves here. He overextends. I kill him. The ignite was a bit overextend, but yeah, I knew this game was won. I'm just... At this point, I'm just having a bit of fun, to be honest. There is no way they can win this game. And here he does the same thing. He overextends. He's actually tilted with something. He's not playing correctly. And I think there isn't much to see here apart from, yeah. I think there's a last team fight, maybe. Oh god, this is a bit. My Janna flash, yeah, and they surrender. Oh god. Yeah, and I think. Okay, thank you. A summoner has disconnected perfectly. I think that sums up how all of my matchups against Mordekaiser go. I never lose to a Mordekaiser if there is no intervention from the jungler, of course. But you'll have to remember that if you lose your lane because the jungler ganks you in a moment where junglers tend to gank, it's not actually your team's fault, it's your fault. You should have predicted that. You should have played around the jungler ganking you. If the jungler just dives you here because it is what it is, well, that's not your mistake. It's just something that happens, and it is what it is. Sometimes you lose, and your jungler, if the enemy jungler wants you to lose lane, there isn't much you can do about that. Your team has to actually capitalize on that and play on the other side of the map and get advantage on that side. And if they do it, great. If they don't, well, GG's, we go next. But yeah, in the general rule, let's say, in the majority of games, you have to take into account jungle ganking you if you want to climb effectively, let's say, and reliably. And yeah, I think that would be all. If you have any question about the matchup, I think it's pretty easy. But if you have anything that you wanna, I don't know, ask me about, or something about the build, the next item, by the way, is Shojin, because Shojin is a very strong item. As if you're ahead, it's very strong because you get a lot of resistances, both armor and magic resist. I'm sorry, I almost died. So you have enough HP with these two items, but then Shonin also gives you a bit more HP, and then you have a lot of resistances. You're basically a raid boss at that point. You're actually playing an MMORPG. Like you have, I don't know, like 45% increased damage. You have a 30% increased resistances. It's actually crazy. It's this a lot of damage, a lot of tankiness, a lot of ability haste. You have more flashes because you have lucidity boots. You have more ignites, more killing potential, you can actually side reliably. You're basically a raid boss. The only problem is that if you fall behind, it's a bit expensive. So that's why I wouldn't recommend it if you fall behind. And there are some matchups like range champions that maybe going Iceborne Gauntlet would be better first because it gives you that slow to catch them. So yeah, I think that would be all. If you, as I said, if you have any questions, you can leave it on the comments. And yeah, see you on the next one.